What if we add like... What if we give him some wood over here? Yeah, let's add some wood here, why not? Let's add some wood at his crotch. I actually quite like that, even despite the connotations. Oh, it's good stuff, it's good, it's a good life. Hello everybody and welcome back to Tiny Town VR. My name is Twisted and today we are on a brand new map because I wanted to do something really cool, something that maybe would not fit with any of the main maps we currently have in the game. So I wanted to do, you can probably guess from the title, which is the reason why I built these tracks. I'm gonna build a transformer, which is a train man made out of trains, a big giant robot made entirely out of trains. So that's gonna be our goal for today. We have this track just for flavor wise. There's no reason for it. So what I really want to do is I just want to make a dude that's gonna be just a massive robot that's gonna have a train for his body and face and whatnot. And actually, to do that properly, I kind of want to find a person. Do we have no trained people? Huh? Let's go get some farm people. Let's go get some animals and people for skill. Let's get a horse. Oh, it's actually really tiny. Alright, I was expecting it to be like a lot bigger than it actually is. Let's just get this down here as well. Gonna have to do a lot of work here. Let's go swim up here. And let's get a Farmer Jackson, with his horse. Hello, Farmer Jackson. How are you today? You're looking great. Oh, you know you're buried. Let's just put him over here next to his horse. That's Farmer Jackson next to his horse. Let's have another person over here. Just actually for scale, gonna put you on the hill. Just to give me a little bit of a better sense of how big we should make this robot. So we should probably start not with the head. I think I'm gonna use that for a head. We should start with the legs. So that's gonna be the easiest part. I mean, maybe it's gonna be the hardest part. We need to actually make some feet. How do we make proper good feet? I think I want to use like the blue ones. It's gonna be actually really tricky. So I want to actually make it look like he's actually walking, right? So let's actually have, it's gonna be one of his feet over here, one of his feet over here. And I actually do want to go into snapping and turning it off completely. That's gonna be way easier that way. So that's gonna be, he's gonna be like walking around. It's gonna be like, I'm trying to like align these to my own feet. He's gonna be trying to do something like this, huh? Yeah, that looks okay. Maybe I want to make his feet a little bit bigger still. So maybe I want to do something like this, have like a double trim. But I kind of like having single. I don't like having them bunged up together. So I think we'll go for one of these as his feet, and then we can use some other trains to make him look a bit better. So I want to make it reasonably feasible. He's actually a transformer, right? That's the plan. So we're gonna actually use one of these trains over here. I kind of want to use the same colors. So that's one of his feet. It already looks like a proper foot, if you ask me. That looks like a proper train man foot, to be perfectly frank. It's gonna be a bit tricky. This right now looks like maybe he's falling a bit. So actually what I want to do is I want to move this back a bit and make it like bend forward, right? Because he is stomping, right? Yeah, that's what I like to see. Maybe move this a little bit like that. Have it just like that. I like that a lot. I think that looks fairly cool. I also want to use a lot of different trains. I don't want to use just the same ones. So there's gonna have to be something we have to keep in mind. We could have this be his shoulder pad, I guess. Perfectly viable, perfectly feasible. He's gonna figure out what to use next. So we use these ones. I don't want to use them all. Let's use a tank car, honestly. Yeah, that's gonna be kind of cool for his joints. Let's actually use on both. We want to keep it mostly the same. Want to make it reasonable that this guy was a train, a very long train, and he just transformed into a bunch of stuff. I could give him some space, but I think this seems fairly nice. He's gonna, it already looks fairly good. Like it quite a bit. So what I want to do is I just want to actually add like maybe one more over here. Oh, they don't want to zoom in, but that's okay. And remember, we can change the size of things. So we can scale things up and down if necessary, which is gonna be really useful later on. Like this. Alright, I like that quite a bit. That looks like a reasonably long leg. Now we need the kneecaps. That's gonna be our next task. Can we use these fuel cars for kneecaps? Can make it like this. That looks a bit weird though. Kinda wanna remove it. Again, we can use whatever we want. We don't have to use just those things. We can use any objects we desire. but I really want to focus on just using the trains as much as possible. Of course, we can add some extra stuff, such as, I don't know, this could be his eyes, maybe, like, that's small for eyes. Maybe we could use these signs as eyes, or something. We could use this as something. We can actually use this as a kneecap, right? Yeah, I think it looks cool. We can use that later on, if necessary. But because I want to focus on adding just the basic skeleton, spooky stuff, with just the trains, then we can modify it using some other things as well. So if you're going to be using the kneecaps, I think we might want to use like a rail car for his kneecaps. Like that. Let's actually add another one over here. Add this as his kneecap. And we can use another train. Let's find a different train that we haven't used yet. Like I don't another carry train that I haven't used. Let's use the big long ones. These are actually really big. These might look fairly good. Do we have a different colored one? What about this one? This is Metro. This is the same one I had a minute ago. Is it? Yeah, it looks blue to me, but I guess I'm wrong. Use this one. That's a lot better. I like this quite a bit. Also, of course, gonna get another one over here. That's two. That's too many. Alright, let's get them over here. So those are his legs. They look pretty darn good, if I can say so. Let's use these things over here. Okay, so those are his legs. He looks fairly reasonable, I think. Now it's time for the torso. I maybe should have like placed these a little bit differently, just to give him a bit more room, like that. Yeah, I think that's much better now, because they're all pointing towards vaguely the same direction. Maybe also want to adjust this one as well a bit, like to the back. It looks worse. I think I want to keep it as straight as possible, because he is like bending forwards a bit, but not too much. Maybe these are too close together, right? No, I think it's fine. I think it's okay. Alright, so now let's add some big trains. Maybe we could use these empty trains. Let's actually use the coal cars, right? Let's use a bunch of coal cars. That's gonna be like his bottom part. Gonna use these if we can. There we go. I quite like that. I'm gonna need a ton of trains here, so I kind of want to do a train collage with a bunch of different things that are gonna look fairly cool. Why don't we use these ones instead? I think that might look a bit better. We had like multiples of these bad boys. Yeah, like 4 of these. Yeah, that looks kind of badass. I like it quite a bit. Are they like too far away? What if I like make it a little bit more angled to the back? Then we can maybe even use only one of these cars. That might be a bit better. Yeah, just use one of these cars and we can use some other things on the side, such as this thing at the edges, just to fill it in, make it feel more like a body. Perfect stuff. And let's get, what are these? Container cars. Let's get a few of these in the middle here, right? I like this quite a bit. That's Mr. Trayman right there. That looks like a decent body. It's not perfect like his lower body. He might need more stuff in the back, but I think this is something I'm fairly happy with. Again, I'm not the perfect robot designer, but I think these legs, they look really cool. This, not so much yet, but it's gonna work out in the end. Trust me, I know what I'm doing sometimes. Okay, so I want to do something that looks a bit like a belt, you know? No, a belt should be lower. This should be his belt, right? What if we add like a car over here, like his crotch? Is it better? I don't really know. What if we add like... What if we give him some wood over here? Yeah, let's add some wood here, why not? Let's add some wood at his crotch. I actually quite like that, even despite the connotations. Oh, it's good stuff, it's good, it's a good life. I like it quite a bit. Let's get some of these red ones, these were fairly nice. Just get a few of these lined up. Don't make him too perfect. Just make him a little bit off. But the problem is, yeah, I don't like this at all, because it looks too samey. So what I want to do is I want to do like a little Tetris type block thing. So that's exactly what I do here as well. So let's do a little bit of Tetris. Let's do a little bit of Tetris if we can. Let's not use too many of these, the same things. Let's do some Tetris, shall we? So let's, instead of using this one over here, let's actually use this one. We can have, this is like a tiny train that fits only in 2 spots, and these are all fairly big. This, do we have something that would fit in a small area? I don't think we do. We could have some trucks. We could use cars instead. We could make him fight the car man. Oh my god, yes. I love that idea. Got another tank car over here that's fairly different size. And have one over here as well. And let's have a red one over here. That looks reasonably decent, I feel. That's our train man for show. I definitely don't want to use this as his face. So that's what I'm gonna try to use, like, oh, somewhere on this level is my guess that we should be aiming for. We can use these trains freely, right? No problem with those. Maybe I want to use those for shoulder pads. Yeah, that seems like a cool shoulder pad thing. So I'm gonna save it for that. I don't want to use it anywhere else. Maybe these two. I feel like I have way too many of these orange ones, right? I want to break up the flow if possible. Yeah, that looks a bit better. I like that quite a bit. But the problem is, like, I have like one flat thing on the surface down there, on the bottom. How to do a Tetris block properly that way. So it's kind of a slight conundrum. That doesn't seem right, you know? Just doesn't seem like the thing I want to do. Neither does this. That could be used for his neck or something. Alright, let's use another one of these circle things that we had down here. That's his, like, body thing. And let's use, I want to use something that goes a little bit inwards, right? I'm gonna have maybe some things like this that makes him look like it's a little bit of a shape, you know? I like that quite a bit. Okay, and we have to start, because this is gonna be his size. He already is like super tall. His legs are super long. We might actually want to have, instead of having his body here, maybe have his thing over here. Yeah, those seem like better proportions, honestly. Because he from bottom of his feet to his thing, that should be like half of his body, right? Legs, are legs half of your body? I guess, maybe? No? No, they're definitely not half of your body. Legs are less than half of your body, right? I honestly have no clue. I am no scientist. I am no biologist or an anatomy expert or anything like that. We can just continue adding more. You know what? Who cares? Let's add more things. Just try getting some smaller ones like this bad boy. Yeah, just get a bunch of them. Just get a bunch of them stacked, different colors as well. That's gonna look fairly nice. Let's get a red one in the middle here. And these all look the same from the inside, so we don't have to worry about the colors too much. All right, that looks. Problem is these look like arms right now. He's a little bit too thin, isn't he? I think. Yeah, I think he is. I think he's a little bit too thin. Oh, this looks very scary. Oh boy, it looks very scary. What if we, instead of having him like lean back, what if we leaned him forwards, right? What if we like leaned all of these things forwards a bit? Can't really lean this one, but it's alright, we can try. Yeah, I think that looks good. That looks a bit better now. Let's also lean these ones as well. Let's try leaning him forwards a bit. Yeah, I think that looks nicer. I think that looks a little bit better. There we go. So we have him looking like that. Let's actually try placing his temporary arms. So I'm gonna use the long ones for arms. Like, yeah, just try placing something that's gonna look like an arm. And see if this is actually like a proper scale of a human. Alright, so his head. I think like these look okay for arms from if they come from here. If they come from here, that looks better. I feel. Yeah, I want to do it like that. I'm gonna make him have a long neck, like a raptor or something. Because he's not a human. He's a robot. Robots are weird. You know that, right? Yeah, you do know that. So we'll actually like use trains that face a different direction here. Because I want to spice it up a bit. Let's get a blue one over here. I actually have this, and I will use. So these will be his arms coming out like this. And let's actually get. Zoom out a little bit. let's get like this as well. Does that look weird? It looks really weird. He looks like super slim is the thing. He looks super thin and slim. Looks very flimsy. And not really menacing. So I think what we need to do is we need to give him a broader shoulder here. So I will definitely just go and add a few more. Let's add a few more round trains over here. I think they're gonna fit in quite nicely. Just like to zoom in a bit. So we definitely want to add a few more layers over here. Just add like this. Let's add a few more train layers if at all possible. Just find us some smaller train carriages like this one. Just add a few more layers. It's gonna look a bit weird to begin with because they just come out of train, but it's a train robot, guys. What did you expect? Maybe I actually want to like start moving him outside over here, make him more like a V shape, like that, huh? Maybe. Let's add some coal as well for variety. He does have some fuel tanks over here. Might as well have some coal as well. All right, that looks a bit better, I feel. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Awesome, I like that. It looks just like Cherry right now. Okay, so we can add a few more of these, maybe? No. Let's add like a red one over here. Yeah, I think I like this. I like this quite a bit. Let's add like a one more over here. Let's do the same one over here. And we want to add, let's add a blue one over here. Just like that. Alright, that looks a lot better now, I feel. Yeah, just get this out of the way a bit. It does look a lot better, I do agree. That it looks a lot better. And let's actually get like one of these, and let's get the blue one over here. Just to maybe spice it up a bit, make it look a bit more random, like he's a conglomeration of a ton of trains. That looks okay. So you can actually use this as a shoulder point, because now it's no longer a straight line. I think this will look a lot better now. Just try to adjust it properly. I think it's better. But you might want to use like another one of these over here on his hands, because he is a strong robot, right? Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. Yeah, I think it actually helps a ton of issues here. These are not the same length. They're not the same length. Interesting. Gotta keep that in mind. All right. Just add one more of these. They're really... Did I actually scale these up? No, they're not the same at all. Alright. Give me one of these. Just move them over here. Just like that. Alright, I think that looks badass. He looks very mean. Very nasty. Maybe I'll just make these become a bit thinner as time goes on. Yup. He has a very broad shoulders. And now we want to get some trains that look like shoulder pads. So we want to actually get some trains that are like this, right? We get a blue one and a red one over here respectively. We kind of want to just maybe like angle these a bit more. So we can just do this, right? So those are our proper shoulder pads here. And let's add a few more trains. We want to give him two heads. That would be kind of scary and spooky. We could just try making him like a jaw like this. He's like rah, rah. Maybe not. Of course, I can scale trains. I haven't actually done it yet. I like having them all be the same because they have correct wheel sizes, which makes me fairly happy. So just want to use a few like random things to fill in the holes here. Just want to try using it fairly randomly. Don't want to have it be too normal. Just want to make sure the Tetris puzzle is mostly finished. And now I'm actually like making some mistakes because it's not perfectly straight. But it's alright. It's fine. It's no biggie. Make sure we fill in most of the holes here. Do we have any other things we haven't used? I think we used most of the things. We didn't use the flat ones. But I don't like them because they're a bit too thin for my taste right now. Using too many of those things right now. Let's just get... Maybe like we can switch these two around. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I think we're doing great over here. Get one more of these ones. Let's get... We have a green one as well, didn't even see this one. I can actually do this. That might look kind of cool, just pitch this. Have this. Have this. Okay. So have like a blue thing. Have like a little... You know what generals have? Those little things on their shoulders? It kind of reminds me of that. We have 3 trains, so you can use them all fairly easily. What are those things called? I guess they're just shoulder pads. Would be my guess. Reminds me of those things. Alright, get this as well. I like that quite a bit. So he looks super strong right now. He looks swole as hell, which is good. Alright, his head's gonna be really small. So I think I'm gonna actually go for like a Hydra design. Maybe have him have 2 heads. No, this is good. This is fine. This is all very nice. So let's get some things that are gonna look fairly decent. Let's get... We need to like even this out, right? Just get a few trains. They don't have to be perfectly spaced, you know. Again, no one really cares about that. Make sure they're mostly covered up. Again, this is a bunch of trains just gobbled up. Like a massive gravity accident. This is not normal. He's not just a transformer. He's actually... There was like... The trains were actually transporting like a gravity reality core, which then exploded and merged like 10 different realities where there were different trains passing by, and then the power of gravity just merged him into one big massive entity. So this is not just a bunch of trains transformed. This is literally a dude made out of bungled gravity trains. Or not the gravity train, but he uses the power of the gravity core to actually go through space and time and just merge things together. He looks like a flippin' monster. That's really scary. Oh god. Alright, so we have his body mostly done. Now I want to actually get his neckline. Might be a bit tricky. So kind of want to actually do... Just zoom in a bit to make it easier. He looks scary as hell. Oh my lord. Alright. So these remind me kind of a neck. I can actually use 3 of these. Just make sure they are like point towards the same area. And then we can use maybe 2 of these. So maybe use the short ones instead. Just 2 of the short ones over here. And use this as a head. That looks a bit weird, you know? Let's remove these and use this as a head instead. Like that, right? That looks fine. Like make him a little bit less hunched. You know? Might make him look a bit more badass, like this. Yeah, he's actually really big now. Oh my god. Now that's a scary train, man, if I've ever seen one. He looks strong as hell. I kind of want to move these a little bit further up, because I want him to be on his shoulders. His shoulders ended up being over here instead. Yeah, right now they're on his arms, which is a little bit weird, which I didn't really plan for that. I actually want to have him like this. Yeah, that looks actually badass. Oh, okay. I just went through him for no reason. Yeah, so if you look at him from a scale of like a normal person, this dude, oh, he can even like block out the sun. This dude is like scary big. Oh my god. Look at the size of this dude. He's just gonna wreck everything. Okay, can we do some more decoration on him? So what does he actually do? He needs some actual hands. Can we give him actual hands? Do we have any train parts that are gonna resemble hands? Do these resemble fingers? Oh, I didn't want to actually increase it in size. These actually resemble fingers. Not really. Do we have any things from the train set? What about... Oh, this is actually really big. Can we actually use this as a show? Hold on. Just let me zoom out a bit. Can you use this as like a backpack of some kind or something? No, I don't like that. Looks a bit weird. Can I grab you, please? Oh my god, it's impossible to grab. There we go. Finally. We have like an underground entrance over here in the back that goes through him all the way to the top. That makes no sense. We have like a building on him. Nah, I don't like that. It doesn't make any sense. Alright, we have a bunch of items here that we can totally use. So, we can use just lumber for fingers, I guess. You might need some eyes. Can we use these as eyes? That looks a bit weird. Hehe. Alright, Do we have some antennae over here? That's way too small. Not gonna make any difference. Same as this one. Maybe this will make look like an eye, but I don't think so. These... Oh, actually doesn't look half bad. He has really tiny eyes, apparently. Oh god, he's so big. He has really tiny eyes, but he does look very evil right now. And... maybe use these as eyes instead. It doesn't look right. Let's see. Have some cargo crates as well. I could have him have like a... rah. Doesn't really look like a mouth, you know? But if you use these instead. As eyes. I actually like the glasses better. I like the goggles a lot. We'll give him some goggles. Actually, we can increase the size of this easily, right? Now he looks badass. Sure, this is actually properly sized. He looks like a geek now. Oh god. Alright, that's the good stuff. Don't want to make him look straight up. Want to make him look like a bit forward. He has like bulging eyes, but that's okay. He needs those to be cool and badass. Does he have any fancy weapon tracks? Oh, these are perfect for fingers. They're perfect for fingers. He has claws. Yes. He has claws made from track switches. Just have him like have a bunch of claws here. This actually looks badass as hell. All right. And have this one over here as well. Oh, that looks awful. Awfully good. I mean, awful in the sense that looks terrifying, but I love it. It's so good. And let's use the other type of track switch over here on this hand. Just want to do like that's over here. It doesn't matter how many fingers he has. He's not a proper human being. He just has things created for nothing. Because he does go through space. Oh no, this one is... Oh, they're all kind of weird from the other side, huh? Well, that sucks. It's okay though. I don't need these that are peeking out. I think this looks okay, right? Yeah, he looks a lot better now. He looks like a lot more badass here, if you will. I kind of want to like turn all of these to the side a bit. Make him like not so perfectly aligned. Make it a bit more of an open arm, if you will. Open hand, I mean. Open fist. And still kind of want to use a little bit more space here. Like this. Just like that. Awesome. Okay, and let's do same thing over here. Make him a little bit more irregular, if you will. Perfect. It's kind of hard to do these because they're a little bit hard to see, but I like it quite a bit. All right, that seems mostly it. He doesn't really need a weapon, right? Because I mean, he is a weapon. He can have a tower on his shoulder, maybe. Like a single antenna seems perfectly fine. What is this? A pole base? Doesn't need that really. Can have like a pole on his shoulder like this. No need for that. Could have like a little cresting in the back maybe. Like this. Does that help anyone? Not really. I don't really like it. I think this is good. I think he looks very, very scary and menacing right now. I could make him breathe fire with using these things. It's a bit tricky to do. His knee pad's good though. Let's make sure we have that in order. Yeah, but the thing is, he doesn't need fire. He just breaks stuff by walking on it. And there's people there's gonna be people down here. We can add those if you guys want, but that's not really my plan. He just woke up in the middle of nowhere, and now he's gonna go demolish cities. I wish you could just like save a bunch of objects as a new object. I would love to save this dude and maybe use him in a different map. Like create a new object that's made from this man. That would be so sweet. But yeah, I'm gonna actually just end this one here. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, leave a comment. It helps out the review deal more than you can even imagine. But yeah, once again, thank you all very much for watching. My name's been Twisted from Honey Games. Now we'll see you next time.